Coming to you from Annapolis, Maryland, home of the U.S. Naval Academy, the sailing capital of the world, home of the world's largest crab feast, and 4 signers of the Declaration of Independence. This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, a daily roundup of local news that you can use, including local sports, local events, local opinion, and local weather from DMV Weather. Now here's your host, publisher of Eye on Annapolis, John Frenaye.
Well, good morning. It's Tuesday, April 17th, 2018. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And immediately out of the gate from the "How the hell did I miss this" file, congratulations to the St. John's Johnnies on another win in the Annapolis Cup. Unlike last year, this past weekend was a spectacular day for croquet. It was the 36th annual Annapolis Cup on the Great Lawn at St. John's, and just as it's been in the past 29 of the 36 matches, the St. John's Johnnies came out victorious 3-2 against the Naval Academy. Head on over to eyeonannapolis.net. We've got some fantastic pictures up there about the event. So colorful, so much fun. It's a great event for the city of Annapolis. Hey, and don't forget, today is tax day, even though it's not April 15th, because there was some stupid holiday for some state yesterday. It was postponed, and because the 15th actually fell on a Sunday, so we got a couple extra days for taxes. I tried to go to the post office website to find out what area post offices would be open late to file your tax returns, but in true post office fashion, I came up blank. They do have a page dedicated to tax returns, and they say, please check the locations for the ones that are open late. And when you go to the location page, all it says is their standard hours. I know in the past, the one on Church Circle in Annapolis used to stay open late. However, that's not there anymore. They've relocated to 60 West Street, and I don't know whether they are going to be remaining open late. I'm relatively sure the Eastport Post Office won't be open late because they're barely there during normal business hours. Yesterday morning, the storms that blew through here, coupled with the damp ground, felled a tree right through a house in Crownsville. Yesterday morning at about 11:30, fire department was called out to Harold Harbor Road in Harold Harbor, and there was a tree on the property that had just toppled over and literally cut the house in half. And if you want to see what I mean, you can go over to Twitter and check out Phil Yakubowski's tweet from WBAL, and his Twitter handle is WBALPhil. Nobody was injured. There was a dog at home at the time, and he was left in care of neighbors, and the family, we understand, had just moved into the neighborhood about 4 months ago. Very lucky for the family that nobody was harmed. Eduardo Sanchez, you may not remember his name recently, but he was the filmmaker that made the Blair Witch Project here in Maryland. He's been a busy guy. He's pitching movies. He's got a whole bunch of projects that he'd like to work here on in Maryland, and he said, I have a bunch of projects that I'd love to develop in Maryland that are right now dead in the water because of the lack of incentives. If the new tax incentive bill passes, that opens up a lot of new work here, and I don't think I'm the only one in that position. I think a lot of people are waiting for this to happen. And what he's talking about is that the Maryland state legislature gives a tax incentive, and over the last 5 fiscal years, it's to the tune of $72.5 million. The new bill will take it up to $80 million. But if you remember, over the last 5 years, we've had House of Cards and Veep filled here in Maryland, and those two have accounted for 98% of those funds. With House of Cards no longer filming, they should open up, and we might be able to see a whole bunch of more movies made here in Maryland, which is kind of cool. Cal Ripken Jr. is heading over to the Czech Republic in his role as a diplomat for the U.S. State Department. The former Orioles great will visit the Eastern European country April 21st through the 26th, and it's going to encourage young athletes to play baseball. He's going to host skills clinics for players as well as meet with coaches and Czech dignitaries and speak about the sport. And this is his 4th diplomatic mission. He traveled to Japan in 2011, Nicaragua in 2008, and China in 2007 as part of the program organized by the State Department. Speaking of great things that happen at Camden Yards, the Baltimore Orioles and the Maryland Stadium Authority announced that Oriole Park at Camden Yards has achieved the LEED, L-E-E-D, Gold certification, and it's the first existing Major League Baseball facility to get that distinction. Marlins Park in Miami was LEED Gold certified when it was built, and LEED stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. The B&O warehouse adjacent to Camden Yards was certified LEED Silver, which is the same status as National Park in Washington. And that recognition is all surrounding sustainable activities like waste management, recycling, paperless tickets, smart energy consumption, and similar items like that. In 2016, the Orioles worked with the National Aquarium to dedicate a native plant garden on the south end of Eutaw Street. Last season, they replaced the stadium lights with LEDs. And next Sunday, Earth Day, Lieutenant Governor Boyd Rutherford will be on hand to make the final presentation when the Orioles are going to be, this is not going to look good, but wearing green accented jerseys and caps for the 105 game against the Indians. And they will be autographed, authenticated, and auctioned off to benefit the Chesapeake Bay Foundation after the game. Orange and green, I'm not loving it. Hey, the kind folks at the Annapolis Boat Shows have given me a bunch of tickets to the Spring Sailboat Show this weekend and also the Bay Bridge Boat Show, which is the powerboat show next weekend. If you'd like a pair, I've got them for you. But you've got to do something. Head on over to iTunes or to Apple Podcasts, leave us a review or a rating, and then shoot me an email at info@eyeonannapolis.net. Just tell me that you left a review or a rating, and tell me whether you'd like to go to the powerboat show or the sailboat show, and I will get the tickets to you. It's that simple. That's about it for the news today. On deck, as always, we've got George Young with DMV Weather. We've got some few words from Sean ONeill with RBC Wealth Management. And toward the end, we've got a little piece about the Anne Arundel Medical Center's Denim and Diamonds Bash, which is coming up on the 28th. And it is sold out, so you can't get tickets for that, but you can support Anne Arundel Medical Center as they look to expand their mental health capabilities. There's a fabulous raffle with some fabulous jewelry donated by Cezanne Jewelers. They are only selling 100 tickets. They're $100 a piece, and there are still some left, so you can go over to AAMCdenimanddiamonds.org. What a horrible domain that is. And get all the information and actually buy a raffle ticket. It really goes to support a great cause right here in our own backyard. So with that said, here's Sean ONeill.
I'm Sean ONeill, your local RBC Wealth Management Advisor. More than likely, the primary reason you save and invest is to achieve your life goals while ensuring your long-term financial well-being. But before you can determine your preparedness towards your goals, you need long-term answers to important questions about how much money you need, where it will come from, and how long it will last. RBC Wealth Plan, a new industry-leading tool, is now available to help answer these questions and develop your personal plan using a conversational approach. With RBC Wealth Plan, we can create a personal analysis based on these unique goals while offering you the ability to weigh certain decisions and determine what's best for you and your family. Call me, Sean ONeill, today at 410-573-6723 for a complimentary consultation.
RBC Wealth Management, a division of RBC Capital Markets, LLC. Member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC. This is Maryland. The weather can be nearly unpredictable. We've got George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis to sort it all out.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Tuesday, April 17th. The bad news first. More cold and windy today with highs only 50 to 55 degrees with winds 10 to 20 miles per hour, sometimes gusts 20 to 30. The good news, sunshine returns, and except for Thursday, Annapolis and all of Anne Arundel County will get plenty of rays all the way through the weekend. So while temps will almost definitely be a bit below average, maybe the next 6 or 7 days, it should feel more like spring than winter starting tomorrow. So keep a jacket or pullover handy, but make plans to get out and enjoy. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there, and be sure to download our free weather app by searching your app store for DC MDVA Weather, and also follow us on Facebook or Twitter or on our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed. And as always, remember one thing, whatever the weather outside, have fun and be safe.
Hi, this is Randy.
And Claudia Boldiga. Please join us and our presenting sponsor, RXNT, on Saturday, April 28th on AAMC's South Campus for Denim and Diamonds Bash. Proceeds will benefit mental health and addiction services in our community. Now more than ever, we need to focus on this critical need.
The bash sold out last year, so don't delay and join us for this fabulous night under the stars. Can't make the party? You can still help by purchasing a raffle ticket.
This year's raffle is a stunning 4-piece amethyst jewelry collection donated by Cezanne Jewelers, valued at $5,000. Only 100 tickets will be sold for the raffle, so don't miss out. For event or raffle tickets, go to aamcdenimanddiamonds.org.
Thanks for your support of Anne Arundel Medical Center's efforts to improve the availability of mental health and addiction services throughout our community.
Remember, it's not just a party, it's a party with a purpose.
Thanks for listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. If you like what you heard, make sure to tell your friends and colleagues about it. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find much more. Be sure to check out our other weekly podcast, The Maryland Crabs. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.